Hey, how's it going? Quincy Brannon, your Texas cannabis attorney. So, today, what are we talking about? Well, today we are talking about tampering with evidence. Before I get into that, wanted to remind you that down in the description is our disclaimer indicating that this is not for legal advice. This does not supplant, if I can talk right, legal advice. This also does not indicate that we have an attorney-client relationship. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only, okay? So, here's what we're also talking about. Down in the description, you can book an appointment to get your free consultation to talk to me to discuss any kind of legal case you may have where you're having to defend yourself against a possession of marijuana charge. So, moving in, what is tampering with evidence? Well, to just put it out there, it's a third degree felony. What is a third degree felony? A third degree felony is 2 to 10 and up to a $10,000 fine. So what does that mean? That means you could be looking at 2 to 10 years and up to a $10,000 fine. That's the punishment range. That's what makes it a third degree felony. Now, that's not to say you couldn't get probation on it. That's not to say that there's not other things that you could do. But primarily what happens is when someone gets a tampering with evidence charge, it's generally follows along the following fact pattern. And that is you're driving along and then all of a sudden old Smokey gets behind you coming down the road, them lights flick on. You're like, oh, well, to your right, you've got a bag in the seat. What does that bag have in it? Who knows? Okay? What happens is people will either try to eat, throw away, or burn, or liquefy, or something uh, with that substance that's in that baggie. Now, what happens is that's tampering with evidence. That's destruction of evidence. That's trying to hide it from the police. That's a third degree felony. Okay. You can also see in the description below, I've actually got the Texas Penal Code cited below, so you can see exactly what the Penal Code lists out as tampering with evidence. Um, Tampering with evidence is not. It's not a good thing. It gets a lot of people in trouble. In fact, it can turn what would have been a misdemeanor into a felony. You might have just had a misdemeanor for possession of marijuana or a misdemeanor for some other violation of the law. And now you're going to be looking at some serious time, potentially going to TDC, depending on your record. What's TDC? That's prison in Texas. Okay? Texas Department of Corrections. Okay? So, smart thing. Uh, smart thing is don't ever destroy evidence in any scenario. And I'm not just talking about the one that I just talked about. I'm talking about just in general. It's not a smart thing. Now, if you're facing a tampering with evidence charge, there's various ways to defend against it. There's various ways to spin it down. I've had several of these cases over the years. Now, like I said, if you want to talk about it, if you maybe have a tampering with evidence case in relation to possession of marijuana or something of that nature, feel free to book an appointment down below. We can talk about it. Like I said, everyone gets a free consultation with my firm. That's pretty much it for today. Just don't do it. Don't commit any crimes in general, to be honest with you. But if you do find yourself on the wrong side of the law, feel free to give us a call. All right. This has been Quincy Brannon, your Texas cannabis attorney. You have a groovy day.